So every day people tell me they're ready to start buying their first short-term rental, or they're thinking about getting into their first short-term rental, but the design aspect is actually holding them back. And I'm here to tell you, all you gotta really do is buy 10 bunk beds, put them into one room, and that way you can get as many people in there and get as much money possible. With that said, thanks for watching, guys. Here's a sponsor to this video. Just kidding, guys. I have no sponsor to this video, and please don't buy 10 bunk beds and put them in one room. It likely won't fit unless you live in a McMansion. But really, I do think this video is going to be extremely helpful for anyone thinking about getting into their first Airbnb arbitrage deal or midterm rental and having the design aspect stop them, mainly because these are really cool 10 hacks that people don't talk about, especially the last two. I don't really see any other YouTubers discussing these two things, and as a result, I think it's gonna increase your chances for getting more 5-star reviews, and it's gonna make it a lot more clear. After you get these 10 things into place, you can kind of see after the fact that, oh, I'm probably missing this, missing this, missing this. It really gives really good framework for you to actually get started and build a base. So first hack is throw pillows. I personally love throw pillows, and I feel like they fit in pretty much every single Airbnb, and you're making a mistake if you're not investing in these. They're really low cost, and in addition to that, they add a pop-up decor to basically anything you put it on. Your guests will really appreciate too, as they get up to their nice cozy couch, maybe pull out bed, and they just see a bunch of throw pillows. They're fun to look at and really soft, and you can just curl up and have a really nice night. If you want to find some really good places to buy throw pillows, you can look on Amazon.com, obviously. In addition to that, you can look at stores that aren't so common in local areas, such as World Market, Living Spaces, Wayfair. And the best part is, like, if you buy really unique throw pillows and not just straight from Walmart or Target, people will go to your Airbnb and be like, oh, these are really cool throw pillows. I've never seen them before. Versus going to someone's place like, oh, I just saw this at Walmart. Not my favorite throw pillows. You can pick whatever you like, but just make sure it matches your overall design. You can have different textures, sizes, patterns, and just make sure it fits the actual space that you're putting in. Throw pillows come in many different sizes, textures, and patterns, and depending on how you're going to design your house, you want to make sure they actually kind of match. And if you're really just not sure, just send a quick text to any of your friends who actually are really good at designing, and they'll probably give you some really good advice about how to stage your home. Second on the list for our Airbnb and midterm rental furnishing hack are fake plants. And fake is actually really important because you're not going to have someone come into the house and actually water each plant. Otherwise, it's just going to become a complicated mess, and plants are just going to die on you, and you're going to have to keep on replacing them. So the trick is to actually get really nice fake plants that look really good for the listing. You want to go with something that's a little bit more durable, where if you shake it, the leaves just don't fall off. So that is one important tip. But the more plants you actually have in a space, the more it livens up an area. As you can tell by these pictures, here are some before and afters with and without plants. And the ones without it, as you can tell, look much more dull compared to the ones with the plants in. So the more fake plants you have in a place, the more it livens it up, and the better your pictures are going to turn out for when your photographer comes in and does snapshots of all the different places. So some places I really like to buy fake plants are IKEA, Amazon, Wayfair, Target, and Living Spaces. I like these places because they have shown time and time again that when people go ahead and touch these plants, they're not gonna actually just have falling leaves, and it's gonna be much more durable. So check these places out, and I hope you like them. The third hack is actually accent walls, wallpaper, or murals, and these are really cool Instagrammable spots. And if you have a wall that looks kind of empty and you really don't know what to do, a lot of times, if it's small enough, you can actually just put a really cool accent wall or throw up some really fashionable wallpaper, and as a result, you really have a nice Instagrammable spot. People will likely go ahead and either stand in front of it, take pictures, share with their friends. In addition to that, you'll get some really cool pictures when your photographer comes in and takes pictures of the place. It can be really affordable, and it's a great way to actually cover tons of area if you don't know what to do with it. To get this done, all you have to do is really get some wood, paint it black if you want, and just put a cool pattern, chop it up. If you don't know how to do this, go ahead and hire a handyman, look up some quotes on like Angie's List, and just Google a local person that can install accent walls or wallpaper or murals for you. And if you're looking for someone to paint a mural for you, I would actually go ahead and just ask all your friends or the locals on who they would recommend to actually paint a mural on your house. And in addition to that, if it's in a beachy area, you want to do something that's kind of beachy. If it's in the desert, you want to paint something that's kind of deserty. Or if you're at the national park and there's a gigantic bridge, paint a bridge onto the wall. So here's a picture of a trundle if you've never seen one before. It's kind of cool. It's like a bed with another pull-out bed underneath, and this is a really great way to actually add more people into a room if you don't have enough space. A little bit smaller, and they fit 2 twin-sized beds on them. In addition to that, you can also use bunk beds. You can also use pull-out couches, but these are also really great options to actually increase the amount of people you can fit in an Airbnb, especially if you only have like 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. Sometimes you want to have 8 people in a place, but the only way to do that is to basically have like a pull-out couch, and that way more people can actually spend the night comfortably at your place versus just sleeping on a sectional. Some really good places to find pull-out couches, trundles, or bunk beds is IKEA. You can actually order some on Amazon. The only thing I would kind of caution you about ordering on Amazon is to make sure you look at the reviews and that they're durable, because sometimes as these beds are twins, it's likely kids are going to be on them, so they need to be a little bit more durable. So the fifth hack is actually rugs, and I love rugs because they help pull a space together. So imagine you're at a house and you walk into the living room and you see really nice chairs, really nice sofa, really great coffee table, hardwood floors. And because of the hardwood floors, it feels a little bit more rough and not so cozy. When you throw that rug on top of there, it feels like it pulls all the furniture together and it feels more cohesive. In addition to that, it just feels nice on your feet. It protects your floors and that way it lasts a little bit longer. Also, in addition to that, if you get a really nice piece, it looks very decorative. And some places I think you should look at for rugs are Ruggable.com, Rugs USA, IKEA. In addition to that, if you're on a short time crunch, you could technically go to Walmart or Target. The only suggestion or only thing to think about with rugs over there is that it might be a little bit generic and someone might go to Airbnb and be like, oh, I went to Walmart and I have this same exact rug. So if you go to a place that is a little bit more unique and unlikely for people to run into the same exact rug, it kind of just adds another extra nice element to your home. So games and pool table. So pool table specifically, first of all, just because it's really large and a lot of times I have empty space I don't really know what to do with. And by throwing a pool table in there, people really feel like it's intentional. In addition to that, it provides a really good experience because when you are on vacation or when you're with your family, by having games and things you do physically with each other, such as pool, it makes it a little bit more memorable. Other games such as like Exploding Kittens, Monopoly Deal, Gigantic Jenga are really cool too. You can include them in pictures. And again, it's for the same reason that pool tables are exciting because you have physical interaction with one each other. You'll feel a lot more happy when you leave because you were able to actually do something with someone, talk to them, play the game, see who won or lost. And as a result, they'll really appreciate that. And I think they'll leave you a really good 5-star review at the end of the day. And here's some links to some games I recommend down in the description below. And the next super secret hack is to actually hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. That way you can get more content just like this on real estate. In addition to that, leave a comment down below on what I can help you with regarding short-term rentals. Okay, sorry, that wasn't the super secret hack, but make sure you guys stay for the 9th and 10th item where I don't really hear any other YouTubers actually talking about these two items, and I think they make a really big impact on setting up your Airbnb. So the 7th hack is actually going to be TVs for your Airbnb, and it's going to be really good for ye. That way, when people come in, they're going to have an option to basically go to the Jeff Choi channel and actually like, comment, sub. In addition to that, TVs are a really great option and people need them. So I generally recommend a Roku TV and have one in the master bedroom, one in the living room, and one in the game room. You could technically have them in every single room if you want. I personally don't think you need it because I think it's more for an experience and I believe they're more for pulling people together. When you're going to bed and you just had a long day hiking at a New River Gorge National Park or Joshua Tree National Park or Zion National Park, it's unlikely you're gonna even have the energy to actually watch TV right before bedtime. So for that reason, I just recommend 3 TVs and usually in 3 community areas. Roku TVs are great. I buy them from Walmart and you can also get them on Amazon. One super tip is actually to set them on guest mode. That way when people go ahead and sign in, they can use their accounts, but after they actually check out, they'll just be automatically checked out and they don't have to worry about their information being shared with everyone else. And the 8th hack, guys, is actually artwork. This basically serves the same exact purpose as your wallpaper, mural, or accent wall. And what you're basically trying to create is another space that is eye-catching, Instagrammable, wonderful, beautiful, like you. And it's gonna be a really good idea because if you ever get bored of the area or you feel like it's looking a little bit stale, you can just take the picture frame off and change it with something else that looks more unique. Some places I actually recommend getting your artwork from are World Market, Amazon, or even possibly Walmart or Target, depending on how common it is in the area and what you're seeing other listings use. In addition, if you want to go super unique, you can go to Etsy, download some really cool prints, put them in some frames, and then you have a really unique. Make sure you pick some artwork that actually goes with the area. So if you're buying Airbnb in the desert and you decide to buy beach photos, they might not be the best choice for this certain rental. And if you're in the mountains and you decide to buy something with desert, again, might not be the best photo. Keep the theme similar, and if you're going with a theme, just really dive in and go 100% into it. That way people understand the story you're trying to tell. We're finally at the 9th hack, guys, and this one's gonna make you stand out from all the other Airbnbs if they don't do this. And that's actually just having a coffee bar. When people wake up after their trip from hiking or rock climbing or kayaking, whatever it is that they're doing out for the day, and they get a really good night's rest, they're gonna want some coffee in the morning. This is gonna be a clutch because people are likely addicted to coffee, and if you can feed the addiction, they'll likely keep on coming back. All you gotta do to set this up is make sure you talk to your cleaner and say, hey, I'm gonna have a coffee bar for all of my guests, and can you make sure that you actually have it replenished, make sure you have creamer for them, and have a trash can to the side so they're not actually taking the K-cups out of the Keurig and just dragging it along to the kitchen trash can and getting your floors dirty. By having this system in place, it's gonna be an eye-opener for a lot of your guests, and they're gonna be really appreciative that you were thoughtful enough to have a coffee bar for them. Get this done and there's a better chance you're gonna have 5-star reviews. So before we move on to the very last hack, guys, make sure you set a budget for yourself. It costs around $10 to $20 per square foot to actually get a short-term rental ready. And for example, if you have a 1,000 square foot home, make sure you budget at least $20,000 to get it done. And for the very last hack, it's really important because it's gonna help provide people with really good sleep. A lot of times people will go to the Airbnb, they get the place really nice, and they have a really wonderful experience. People go on their hikes, they come back, they're exhausted, they have their food, have their fun, have their laughs, and then they go to bed. And then one thing you might fail to actually think about is actually blackout curtains. Blackout curtains will let them have a really good night's rest, and when they wake up, they'll be more energized to actually give you a really nice 5-star review. Give them some coffee and give them some really nice curtains. You can find really nice curtains on IKEA. Just make sure you actually watch a YouTube video on actually how to pick the correct size, and that way it looks a little bit better when they take pictures. And just a reminder guys, I have a lot of links to the products listed in this video down in the description below. And if you want to learn more about how I set up my first short-term rental, check out this video right here. See you in the next one guys.